Shalom. All praises, glory, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh. Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops, teachers of Great Millstone, and the like-minded men who may not be directly part of Great Millstone but are pushing the same doctrine, 100% truth given to Apostle Tahar from the men of One West, and beginning with Abba Bivens, Elder Abba Bivens. Shalom to the elect, men, women and children by after our God, that's the house of David, who are predestined to be saved in these last days, and we are in these last days. So it's going to be a quick, just a quick lesson, just to disprove, I think, whether he's a vicar or whatever he is. This money, I don't know. So my brother, a brother, sent me this video this morning, early morning, that you've seen on the BBC News. He just filmed it himself, so he sent it to me. And yeah, the Spirit was upon me to put a few scriptures together, just to disprove a claim that this man's something he said towards the end of the video. So I'm just going to quickly play the video and then get the few scriptures, and Lord's will it'll be edifying, and end it there. So here we go.
Phenomenal faith. She was somebody who talked constantly about her faith in God. And she actually said she'd love to see the second coming of Jesus in her lifetime so she could lay her crown before him. So she's someone who had confidence in the face of death that she knew where she's going.
So yeah, so we all go to the spirit world, as we know, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And we are all regenerated, reincarnated. Many scriptures on that. Just one off the top of my head, Ecclesiastes again 1 and 9. The thing that have been is the thing that shall be. Yeah, but this is not the point of this lesson here. It's what he said about lay her crown before YAHAWASHI, who they ignorantly call Jesus. His name is YAHAWASHI, meaning he delivers. Sorry, Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, meaning he exists. And his only begotten son, his name YAHAWASHI, not Jesus. And his name is YAHAWASHI, meaning he delivers, he saves, he's salvation for the nation of Israel, specifically the elect. So, as you know, 2 Corinthians 5 and 10, we all must appear before the judgment seat. So probably, we don't know, she would have appeared before the judgment seat, or she's about to be appeared, and she's going to be given her judgment, and she is an Edomite. Yeah, that's it. She's an Edomite, and their judgment is to be in perpetual slavery for 1,000 years, slavery for 1,000 years on the return of the new kingdom, and then to be Obadiah 1 and 18. But again, that's not the point of this lesson. It's what he said about she will lay her crown. So I'm going to get the scriptures on this. I'm going to start off with Daniel, the book of Daniel. So there's going to be a few scriptures, and then just Lord's will it's edifying, and end it there. So like Daniel 2. You know, I think you know where I'm going on this. Straight to the point. Yeah. And it says Daniel 2, chapter 2. So this is the vision, the interpretation of the vision of the statue of Nebuchadnezzar's dream by Daniel. And it says in 2, so we're at the point of the feet mixed with miry clay, as iron is not mixed with clay. So, you know, this place is divided. Yeah. And then NATO and EU, which is the beast, that's also divided. Yeah, because it's prophesied, you know, as in Daniel 43, that it won't mix. Yeah, and there'll be weak parts and strong parts. For instance, Greece is a weak part of the EU and NATO, and for instance, Germany is the strong part. Yeah, all right. So that's just not, again, that's not the point of this lesson. So I'm going to go to Daniel, straight to the point. Daniel 2 and 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which is going to be the kingdom of Israel under YAHAWASHI, which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Go to this word break. Shall be destroyed. Go to this word break. Break in pieces. Break in pieces. What does break in pieces mean? Outline of biblical usage. To break into pieces, fall into pieces, be shattered. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen when YAHAWASHI returns. Many scriptures on that. He's going to come on a great mountain, 2nd Esdras 13th chapter. But yeah. So Strong's definition, Aramaic corresponding to H1854, to crush. So these kingdoms are going to be crushed, shattered, be broken. To crush, wow. So these kings and these nations, they're going to, and this rulership of Esau, Edom, and the elites is going to be crushed, pulverized. Yeah. Wow, pulverized to crush. Let's go into Daniel 2:44 in the NLT. During the reigns of those kings, the power of heaven will set up a kingdom under YAHAWASHI. So it's YAHAWASHI and 144,000, including King David. Yeah. And the 12, Salakia, as well. All right, which will be the new rulership, the righteous rulership on the earth. As it on earth as it is in heaven, as we read in the Lord's Prayer. A kingdom that will never be destroyed or conquered. It will crush all these kingdoms into nothingness, and it will stand forever. And that's what's going to happen. Yeah, so let's go to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, to get a bit more understanding on that. 15th chapter. It starts at the 23rd chapter. Yeah, so there's the KJV on the left, NLT on the right. 1 Corinthians 15th chapter. But every man in his own order, a Mashiach first, the first fruits, afterward they that are Mashiachs at his coming. Yeah, so we're talking the elect, yeah. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. So that I don't know whether he's a vicar, priest, whatever he is, she would lay a crown down, or whatever it is, lay a crown down to YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI is going to take it. It's going to take these kingdoms. We'll end it with that as well. Yeah, Revelation 19th chapter. Lord's will. But it's not going to be a pretty picture. It's not coming with doves and flowers and violins. It's coming to destroy. It's coming to take. He's coming to take out this place, which he needs it and he deserves it. You know what I mean? I can feel it. Yo. Yeah, it needs taking out. It's the wickedness that's going on in this place, man. You know, they're talking about, I think earlier today I seen the new king, so-called, do his accession speech. And the man swore on the Bible. It says clearly in Matthew's the 5th chapter, not to swear on the scriptures, not even swear on your head. Yeah, because can you count any hairs? Just a paraphrasing. You can't count anything. You know what I mean? You can't make yourself grow in stature. Yeah, and YAHAWASHI can do that, so don't swear. Yeah, these people is, you know what I mean? Psalms 50:16. Unto the wicked, what is thou to do to take my statutes in thy mouth? In fact, let me just quickly get that. I'm not going to paraphrase that. If people get you vexed, but it's just in the spirit. Psalms 15:16. But unto the wicked saith, the wicked is Esau, Edom, as described in the scriptures in Malachi 1 and 4 and various other scriptures. Yeah, also we get wicked of the Israelites as well, but mainly we're talking about the Edomites here and their rulerships being taken out by YAHAWASHI. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? So, a clear example of these people hating the instructions of YAHAWASHI is the fact that they promote the alphabet people, the Mo's. You know what I'm saying? That's just one example. Yeah. Promote so much unrighteousness in this place. Is just unbelievable. Yeah, how their wickedness reaches no bounds, no ends. Yeah. Let's go to Daniel 7. Let's go 2 scriptures there. So we're going Daniel 7 and 18. I'm getting straight to the point on these because it's just self-explanatory. Daniel 7 and 18 in the KJV and NLT, so I read both. But Daniel 7 and 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, take the kingdom, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. But in the end, in NLT, Daniel 7 and 18, but in the end, the holy people of the Most High will be given the kingdom, and they will rule forever and ever. And that's on YAHAWASHI's return. Go down to 27. Daniel 7 and 27. Wow. So it goes into power being... that goes, Daniel 7:25 goes into the these people speaking great words against the Most High. But I'm going to start there actually. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Who's the he? That's the Edomites. And shall wear out the saints, and we are worn out, you know. The saints are the Israelites. Psalms 148 and 14, Psalms 50 and 5. Yeah, the saints, the Israelites, we're worn out. You know, yeah, I'm just sick of getting up every morning, going to work. You know, it is, but you know, it's a condition. So we're not moaning, but it's just, yeah. Anyway, let me continue. Change times and laws, which it has done. You know, I think in England we're going to go back to what the nighttime hours or whatever. So they're going to change the time by an hour soon. Yeah, so I think it's going to go back an hour, forward an hour. I can't even remember what it is. And laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of times. And we're still in their hands. That means we are still in captivity, people. Yeah, we're not free, as some people falsely believe. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. Yeah, and dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Serve and obey who? That's YAHAWASHI. Yeah, and by inheritance, the elect of Yasharallah will be joint heirs. Yeah. So that's in Hebrews. So there we are. I was reading in the NLT actually, Daniel 7 and 27. Then the sovereignty, power and greatness of all the kingdoms under heaven will be given to the holy people of the Most High. His kingdom will last forever, and all rulers will serve and obey him. Yeah. So we could go to Psalms 2 and 9. That's just like beating the point. So we're going to go to Isaiah 63 first. So these are just a few. What am I doing? These are just a few scriptures to prove that YAHAWASHI is coming to take down this rulership. Here we go. This is concerning YAHAWASHI when he's returning. Yeah. Who is this? As it says in the title, judgments against the Lord's enemies. Yeah, so we do have enemies. Psalms 83. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Bosra, that is glorious in his apparel, travelling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak it in righteousness, mighty to save. Yeah. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat. So that's a metaphor for YAHAWASHI being covered, yeah, in the blood of his enemies, but he won't physically be covered. Yeah, it's just a metaphorical way of putting it. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger. That doesn't sound like he's coming to with violins and peace, lilies and all that business. And he will tread them in his anger. So I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Wow. In fact, I'm going to read this in the NLT too. I have Isaiah 63:3. I have been treading the winepress alone. No one was there to help me. In mine anger have I trampled my enemies. And who's the enemy? Top of the line. Judgment against the Lord's Edomites. And who's in rulership at the end of the world? It's the Edomites, isn't it? Sorry, 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Starting from 2nd Esdras 6 and 9, yeah. So who's this? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we're seeing the transition of power, but this specifically, few scriptures that I'm bringing out here is showing how YAHAWASHI is coming to come back in all his glory and anger. Yeah, ready to venge, ready for vengeance. In my fury have I trampled my foes; their blood has stained my clothes. Yeah, because I've got that, I'm going to quickly get Revelation 14 and 19, but I'm going to come to this one first. This is Isaiah 66, 15. For behold, in fact, yeah, I'm going to read it in KJV. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh, Shimyoshai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. And Isaiah 31 and 5 is the descriptive way of showing how he will come like a flock of birds. YAHAWASHI will return. Yahweh will send YAHAWASHI back, and he will come as in a flock of birds. Isaiah 31 and 5 is a good way to get the imagery in your mind of how he will return. And again, like I said, 2nd Esdras 13th chapter shows you that he's going to be coming in a massive ship that everybody's going to see, pursuant to Revelation 1 and 7. Yeah, all eyes shall see him. For by Isaiah 66 and 16, for by fire and by sword will the Lord plead, that means judge, with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh Shimyoshai shall be many. So I'm going to go to this word plead just to show you it means judge. I think. Yeah.
Strong's H8199. Shaphat.
So there we have it. To judge, to govern, to vindicate, to punish. Alright, so it ain't going to be pretty. You know, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Yeah, it's not going to be a pretty picture. Yeah, and even some of the elect will be afraid. The elect will be afraid, you know. But at the same time, knowing what's happening, we'll be praising YAHWASHI Yahshai. Lord's will is the hopeful elect. Isaiah 66 and 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh. Those who eat the pig, yeah, it is unlawful. And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. So those pork chop pastors who say you can eat any meat, like Apostle Taha says, what can you then eat an electric eel? No, you can't. If you did that, you'd die. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is just full of lies. So what I'm going to do is, before I continue to waffle on, Revelation 14. This is when this more of a combination with YAHAWASHI coming back and pressing, that wine press, the great wine press. And Revelation 14 and 19. And the angel thrusting his sickle into the earth. What do you do with a sickle? Sickle cuts the head of the wheat down, doesn't it? And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a great reaping. Yeah. And gathered the vine of the earth as the elect, and cast into the great wine press of. So gathered the vine of the earth, so like it's not the elect. And cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. So the angel swung his sickle over the earth and loaded the grapes into the great winepress of the Most High's wrath. So that's the wicked, the people who are not written in the book of life, who are not the elect, who are not going to be saved, who will be destroyed when YAHAWASHI returns. So I'm going to finish it off. Revelation 19, starting from the 11th. I'm going to read it in the NLT. Actually, then I saw heaven opened. That's the ozone, the skies. Yeah. All right, and a white horse was standing. Again, descriptive word for the chariots of YAHAWASHI, standing there. Its rider was named Faithful and True. That's YAHAWASHI, for he judges fairly and wages a righteous war. Yeah. His eyes were like a flame of fire. So we go back to Revelation, the first chapter. Yeah, to get the precept to that. Yeah. Flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and also actually in Genesis, Melchizedek, a name was written on him that no one understood except himself. Yeah, it was a robe. He wore a robe. In fact, let me go to KJV to read this. And his clothes and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. That's YAHAWASHI, isn't it? The Word of the Power. Yeah. Hebrews 10 and 7, Psalms 40 and 7. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, let me just quickly get that. Get to Psalms 1. 40 and 7. Yeah. And so I come, and then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me. Yeah. It says YAHAWASHI. Hebrews 10 and 7. Yeah. Again, it's repeated here. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, the word, it is written of me to do thy will, O power. Oh damn. It's like it. Yes. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So that's the chariots. Yeah. Again, Isaiah 31 and 5 to get a descriptive idea of what that will be. Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. Yeah. And how the birds fly, there's one in the front which is going to be the directing bird that cuts the air as they all go through, and it's like a triangle formation with that one in the front. Yeah. So that's how the Lord YAHAWASHI will return with the angels. And out of his mouth, goeth a sharp sword. Sharp sword. That sword sword, that with it he should smite the nations. Yeah, and he shall rule with them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the Most High. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So, you know, again, that's not a tattoo. Yeah, so I've heard Apostle Tar say that some people say it's going to be a tattoo on his thigh. No, it's not. Yeah, it's going to be on his garment. You know what I'm saying? So with that, Lord's will, I say it was edifying. Lord's will, it was hopefully it was edifying. A bit over the place as I usually am, and I hope I, by the will of YAHAWASHI, I brought enough scriptures out to prove that this kingdom of Esau Edom will be taken by Yahweh, by Hashem YAHAWASHI, and YAHAWASHI's return. Yeah, and he's going to take it. It's going to take him an hour to take it down, and yeah, without hand. So with that, Lord's will, I say, hopefully it was edifying, and shalom to the elect from the hopeful elect. Shalom.